Today we're going to be talking about an egg drop. That is going to be in our experiment. What is an engineer? What are some words that you think of when you think of an engineer? I think of builder, fixer, scientist, helper, and problem solver. There are lots of other words too, though. Today, we're going to be talking about two different kinds of engineering: mechanical engineering and aerospace engineering. Mechanical engineers build machines that help us solve everyday problems, and aerospace engineers focus on things that travel through air and water, like boats, planes, and rockets. Our goal for today is to drop an egg from as high as possible and keep it from breaking. What do we need to think about before we start? There's lots of concepts and ideas to think about, and important questions to ask ourselves. Let's think about things that fly. Some examples are airplanes with passengers, skydivers with parachutes, kites, hot air balloons, and birds. How do we think we can use these ideas to protect our eggs? An important idea to think about is gravity. That's okay if you've never heard of it before. Gravity is something that pulls some objects down. What happens when we drop something from high in the air? Why do you think it falls down? It's because of the force of gravity. Another thing to think about is that the air around us is made of matter. It's made of stuff. When the wind blows, you can feel it pushing you. It's not nothing, it's something. And when you run super fast, the wind moves your hair. We also have to think about cushion. What do you think would happen if we just dropped an egg without any protection? What about if we dropped it on a soft pillow? Do you think it would fare better? If we dropped it on a pillow, it would be safe from the fall. The pillow is going to squish and slow down the egg and make it do that instead of stopping all at once. This is going to protect the egg. What you'll need for our experiment today is an egg or two, 3 grocery bags, scissors, tape, a plastic cup, decorating supplies, and a parent to help. Now let's get building. Before we start building, let's think about a few questions. How can we protect the egg? What supplies in front of us can we use as a cushion? What do you think we can use to make a parachute? Look at the supplies you've gathered in front of you and think about these questions. The first step is to take tape. You're going to cut a piece of tape that is 3 to 4 inches long. This is what you're going to use to secure the handle on the side of the cup. Take the grocery bag and find the seam of the handle. Align this seam up and down the side of the cup. For the most security, tape starting over the lip of the cup, across the seam, and down the cup. Once you have finished, you're going to repeat this step again by cutting a second piece of tape the same length as the first and taping the second handle to the cup. It is important to tape the second handle directly across from the first one. This will ensure that the parachute will be balanced when it falls. Again, finding the seam and taping over the lip of the cup, across the seam, and down the side of the cup. Next, we're going to test to see if our parachute is balanced. Grab the top 2 corners of the parachute bag. See how the cup is tilted? That's not what we're looking for. You need to adjust your handles. When you're completely balanced, you'll be able to see that the cup sits directly up and down when you hold the top of the parachute. Next, we're going to decorate. We chose a flying WV. Now take one grocery bag and place it in the bottom of the cup. Now take your egg, hard-boiled or raw for a little bit of a mess, and wrap in a second grocery bag. These grocery bags will serve as a cushion for our egg to protect it from a fall. Next, take another piece of tape and place it across the top of the cup, over both sides. This will help to ensure that the egg is unable to exit the cup during any point of the descent. And now you're ready to drop your egg. Now it's time for our final test. Grab a parent and find a good place to drop your parachute. Make sure you hold the parachute from the top when you release it for the best results. Here are some ideas. Over the side of an open staircase, out a window, standing in the bed of a truck, or from the top of a slide or playground. Take a look at our drop. Now that you've had your first test, check on your egg. Is it cracked or is it still whole? If it's still whole, is there anywhere higher you can drop it from? Try measuring it with a tape measure to see where the highest height you can drop your egg without it cracking. If it cracked, how do you think you can take what we made and make it better? Now that you've had successful tests, try it again with an even cooler design just for fun. And don't forget to clean up when you're done. Thank you so much for having fun with us on this project. We were so happy to put this together for you. Let us know how your project went by posting your final design and height on Instagram with our hashtag WVU Girls STEM Week. Have fun and keep experimenting.